Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Friday morning as we start things off shortly after 7 o'clock. Couple of things worth noting real quick here. I'll point those out with the arrow here. One, there are some lower clouds right here in eastern Nebraska this morning, not really showing up too well in Futurecast. A few stratus clouds, light fog, nothing too concerning. This is all mostly upper level cloud cover that's making its way through. These thin cirrus clouds may make for nice little color to the sky when the sun comes up. There is a trough right here, and then behind it more of a cold front. It's not really much of a cold front though, because it's actually warmer behind the front. It does shift the winds more out of the west though, so temperatures are actually nice and mild here this morning. It's not bad for us for the rest of the area. Winds are a little breezy already this morning, but watch these areas right here because the winds are going to pick up today as we put this through time here. So let's move Futurecast through time here. I'm actually going to back it up just a little bit here to noon. So thin cloud cover now moving into eastern Nebraska. The winds are fairly breezy. You can see that boundary from O'Neill to Broken Bow to McCook. And behind that boundary, the winds are taking a northwesterly turn. And those areas are going to be the warmest areas today. You get that westerly component to the wind. It's really going to help to warm things up today. So again, you can see these areas right in here will be your warmest areas today. Strong winds continue out of the south and southwest. They'll start to lighten up in the Tri-Cities later this afternoon as that boundary approaches. The boundary, if you want to call it, it's going to either a cold front, really it's a surface trough. It's going to kind of wash out tonight, so eventually the winds will kind of become a little more uniform later in the night, either out of the west or the southwest, and they'll lighten up with time. Mostly clear skies overnight into Saturday morning. Maybe a little light fog tomorrow morning, but not much expected. During the day tomorrow, a few clouds passing through, otherwise mostly sunny skies. Breezy southerly winds this time, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, the wind slowly dying down. A few clouds passing through. My big concern Saturday night into Sunday morning is that we may see fog develop. And that's something that could potentially stick around for the morning hours on Sunday. And that could maybe hold temperatures back a little bit on Sunday. I'll talk more about that here in just a little bit. But I would especially be watching these areas right here for some thicker fog attempting to develop Sunday morning. Looking at your temperatures for today, we're going to top out in the 60s and lower 70s with your warmest temperatures out west. Again, on the other side of that boundary, that's where your warmest temperatures are going to be for today here. So some places lower 70s, maybe mid 70s towards Imperial. Otherwise, it's mostly low and mid 60s farther to the east and southeast. Tonight we'll fall back into the mid to upper 30s, maybe near 40 in some spots. And then tomorrow is our warmest day of the forecast. We're going to see high temperatures into the 70s for pretty much everybody. Might even see some upper 70s over southwest portions of Nebraska. Tomorrow night, actually before we get to that, let's look at the forecast for the Husker game between Nebraska and Ohio State. It's an 11 a.m. kickoff. It's the first day game between the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Nebraska Cornhuskers that's been in Lincoln. The weather is going to be great. Mid-50s to start the game at 11 o'clock. By the end of the game, there at 2:30 or so, temperatures will be getting close to 70. Should be plenty of sunshine. The winds won't be terribly strong out there. So good weather in Lincoln. Can there be good football played by Nebraska? We'll see. That's another story altogether. Tomorrow night, then, as we'll drop back into the 30s and 40s. Not a terribly cold night out there. Again, watch for the fog developing. That's the one thing I'm concerned about. And if that fog does materialize Sunday morning and stick around maybe through the morning hours, that could potentially hold temperatures back. We saw that yesterday in parts of eastern Nebraska with the fog holding tough for a good chunk of the morning. We'll see if that happens. But if that happens, that may hold temperatures back a little bit in a few spots. Wouldn't be surprised if there's some mid-60s out there. Otherwise, many spots upper 60s, low to mid-70s out there for highs. Should be a pretty nice Sunday out there for most locations, sans the fog. That's the only concern. Let's look at the long-range forecast. So first off, these 3 days, I'll kind of sum them up for the Tri-Cities again. Mid-60s today, mostly sunny, mostly your clouds in the morning, a bit on the breezy side through mid-afternoon. Tomorrow, breezy, mostly sunny skies, warmest day of the week. Set our clocks back an hour Saturday night. So that's an extra hour of sleep for us. Sunday, maybe some morning fog. That should burn off. And we should get some afternoon, some sun at least after there to get us to the mid to upper 60s. Again, if fog is thicker than expected, wouldn't be surprised if it's a few degrees cooler. A cold front's going to start to cool us back a little bit more on Monday. Still not terrible, though. Monday around 60 degrees. And then behind that front, we may get a little bit of very light rain late Monday night into Tuesday morning. Not all models have latched onto this yet. A few have. It doesn't look like much at this point, but we may see a little bit of very light moisture on Tuesday. It's going to be a cooler day there. A little bit better chance of some light rain Wednesday, and that could continue into Wednesday night and Thursday here, and in fact might mix with and try to change with snow if it gets cold enough. What looks like is going to happen here as we look towards the middle and end of next week, a bigger storm system is going to move through the Dakotas up to our north, and that's where the worst of the weather is going to be in the northern plains, but we may kind of get clipped by it farther south in our area, which is why we have that slight chance of moisture. And again, it could be rain or snow. It's going to be also bringing in some strong winds, especially by Thursday and possibly again into Friday of next week here, just beyond our 7-day forecast. So we're going to be seeing some wind and some chillier temperatures as well. Look at the long range forecast, and you can see after the mild temperatures the next 3 or 4 days, temperatures coming down. So I think they'll bottom out around Friday of next week here, and then maybe slowly come up a little bit next weekend here. But I think that Thursday, Friday time frame of next week, not looking overly pleasant at this point. And sometimes what can happen is that as you get closer in time to those storm systems, they tend to trend downward temperature-wise. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing highs in the 30s in some cases late next week. So something to work on or look forward to as we get towards Monday. I'll be back with you, and we'll talk a little bit more about what we can expect for the end of next week with the moisture, the wind, and the colder temperatures. But until then, enjoy this weekend. It's going to be some nice weather for the most part. Again, a few small hiccups here and there, but otherwise pretty nice weather over the next 3, maybe 4 days. I want to thank you all for watching on this Friday morning. I hope you do have a good weekend, and I will see you all again on Monday. Take care. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. God bless. Bye.